In the tunnel.
In the tunnel.
In the tunnel. You're listening to In the Tunnel.
Hello and welcome to In the Tunnel, episode number 78. In true fashion, we are just gonna get on with it. So,
We tried to do this yesterday, and
yeah,
of all people, Sean had the tech issues, and so we're running against the clock here because we don't know if we were going to make it today. So
right.
let's just get into this.
So, also in true In the Tunnel fashion, let's start with the NFL. And
Sure.
let's look at last week's standings.
As this week has already started.
Yes.
Will we remember what our talking points were from yesterday, other than that we don't really care about talking about the NFC South?
Yeah, we're surprised that the Steelers are still 8-0.
They won't be for long.
Won't be for long.
Especially if Mason Rudolph plays.
Yep, that's what we said.
I'd rather Dobbs play because he actually has a degree, basically, that qualifies him as a rocket scientist, and he did internships with NASA. But something tells me we're going to throw an Oklahoma State Cowboy out there if Ben doesn't play.
All right. Yeah, the AFC East is the top two teams are pretty good.
As most divisions are.
Yeah, I mean, there's a pretty big disparity between first and last, though.
This is true, but I'm more looking between first and second.
Very true. NFC East, it's still bad. We will talk about it.
NFC West, it's still good. Other than the 49ers, we won't talk about that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mostly because by the time that we would get to the end of the topic, another 2 or 3 players would either get COVID or get injured.
Yep. The AFC West, it's still a pretty big gap for the Chiefs and the rest of the league.
Yep, because, no offense to the Raiders, because, they are playing better football than they've played in the past 4 or 5 years.
Dude, they're probably playing better football since I've been alive, dude.
Well, they did have that one season, 2015 or something.
Okay.
They got to the playoffs, but their quarterbacks got hurt.
Yeah.
And they had to, throw in a third stringer for a playoff game.
Yeah.
They should have won a game that round of that playoff season. But Derek Carr was out for the year at that point.
Yeah. Otherwise, everything's still looking like last week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nothing much changed. All right.
I will say the Jaguars being 1-7 kind of surprises me, mostly because I don't pay attention to them. I thought they had 3 wins. The fact that I just now am noticing that they only have 1.
Why did I think they were 2-6 and not even look at them?
See, but the thing is we watched the Jets-Patriots game on Monday night, and everybody's rooting for the Jets to lose so that Trevor Lawrence doesn't go to the Patriots. And we're completely bypassing the fact that he could go to a team like the Jaguars or the Texans. No, Trevor Lawrence isn't going to the Texans. They're not going to give up on Watson, but
I don't think so.
Would you rather the Giants have Lawrence?
Probably not, dude.
You'd rather Daniel Jones?
I mean, we've already committed this much.
Saquon and Trevor Lawrence would be a pair.
Yeah, I know, but the Giants have already thrown themselves in the dumpster fire this much.
Behind that offensive line, they'd be a pair on the sideline and or IR.
Yeah. So let's fix that first.
It's been 5 years since you guys had a good offensive line. How long does it take to draft 5 players in the first 2 rounds?
Yeah,
that are gonna protect the team.
I don't know, dude. But then again, the whole NFC East doesn't have a good anything, so...
This is true. You can't really argue with that logic.
and one of them's making the playoffs.
Well, if the NFL expansion happens where there's games postponed and it goes up to 16 teams making the playoffs, two of those teams are making the playoffs.
Not something you want to see, man.
Because, I mean, think about it this way. It's the top 16 teams, so the top 8 teams in each conference.
Yep.
If you look at just like the number 1 and number 2 seeds in each division, like, I don't know, like the Bears being 5 and 5 or no, like we guess we have to look at like the 3 seeds in other divisions.
You have to look at the Rams,
Vikings,
dude.
The 5 and 3 Rams, but the Falcons and Vikings are both only sitting at 3 wins.
Yeah. The Rams and the 49ers are coincidentally the only 2 teams that could take the spot.
So, and now we talked about the 49ers. God damn it, man.
Well, I had to, dude.
Yeah.
No,
you're right. You did what you needed to do.
Yeah. All right. You wanna let's get on to the games, man.
Sure.
So yeah. Yesterday had Indianapolis at Tennessee.
Yes, sir. And Indianapolis beat Tennessee's butt.
Yeah.
Tennessee signed a punter off the street this week, and the poor guy got a punt block in his first football game
in
the pros.
Dude.
Oh, the poor guy.
Poor guy. All right. Anything else you want to say about that game?
Not really. I was playing deck hockey.
Yeah. All right.
I wish Derrick Henry scored a touchdown. But,
All right. Houston at Cleveland. Our first game to look at then.
Right. Houston at Cleveland. It's Cleveland now by 3.5. I think yesterday when we tried this, it was 2.5.
Yep.
The over-under is 46.5, so it went down half a point from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And we said yesterday, we don't know that we trust the Texans to have more than 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
In this one, which makes it hard to believe that the Browns are going to put up
4,
especially without Odell. Especially without Odell.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Odell's a cancer, but he's good for at least 1 touchdown there.
Yep.
And, I think it's the Browns, but I don't think it's 46.5.
Yeah, okay. Wasn't it like 49 yesterday or
47?
Oh.
We were calculating 7 touchdowns, getting the over but that would take it to 49.
That's not happening. Yeah, okay.
Nope.
All right. Cincy at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh loses this one, right? Quite handily.
Quite handedly. I think Joe Burrow's good. I don't know that he's dominate the Steelers' defense good.
But I'm not saying he needs to dominate the Steelers' defense. I'm saying the Steelers' offense isn't going to do anything. So,
well, Ben plays are fine.
All right.
There's still. We said this yesterday when we tried to record too. There's still been no developments that Ben is not going to play.
Oh, okay. Okay.
As recently as I believe today,
mm-hmm.
They're still assuming Ben's going to be okay enough to play. He's still getting negative tests, it sounds.
All right.
So as long as he tests negative up till Sunday, he's fine.
Okay. All right. Do you want to go over the lines and stuff for that?
Over under is 45.5 right now with the Steelers in favor by 7. 45.5.
That's a hard one to call though, because if Ben doesn't play, then it completely flips. But if Ben plays, I could see it.
But I think that the Bengals recently have been putting up some pretty good points. Let's see here. So the Bengals, week 3, put up 23 points. Week 4, 33. Week 5, they lost to the Ravens 27-3. Then they went back and lost 27-31. Lost 37-34 and won 31-20. So they're a high-scoring offense.
Yeah, so I mean,
other than the Ravens.
See, the thing is, like, I could see them scoring 3, right? So can you see the Steelers scoring 4, right?
I think the Steelers are good for about 25 points per game.
So you're
Oh,
at a maybe.
wait. Let's find this out. Steelers 28, 38, 38, 27, 28, 24 in their respective games.
All
Their
right,
lowest
so
scoring
I'll take the
their
over on that
lowest
one.
scoring the lowest scoring game they've had this season was 24 points.
I'll take the over on that one then.
Mm-hmm. The thing is about that game is if the Steelers get ahead, they'll just run the ball and run the clock out.
Yeah.
They won't. They're not in the AB Bell era anymore, where they'll push that until like the wheels fall off.
Yep. All right. So then, looking at a Sunday game. Oh, no, wait, why does that say Sunday next to it? Doesn't make sense. Is that a night game?
What? Which game?
Chargers at Miami.
Chargers at my 4 o'clock game.
Oh, it's a 4 o'clock Sunday game. Okay.
All right. Let's see here. The Chargers are underdogs by a point and a half. 48.5 is the over under. Now
I will take the under on that one.
Miami's been putting up points, and so has Justin Herbert. But 48.5 seems a little bit lofty.
I'll take the under on that one.
In the last 5 games, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games, the lowest that the Chargers have put up in terms of points is 16, and the highest that they've put up is 31.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm sorry, 39.
Hmm.
And then in that same time span, the lowest that the Dolphins have put up is 23 points.
Okay.
But the highest that they've put up is 43.
Uh-huh.
And that win against San Francisco. The Chargers defense doesn't scare me.
Yeah.
But the Chargers, I think we said this when we tried to record yesterday, the Chargers defense will never scare me.
Never. You said that.
Maybe it's the uniforms, but powder blue does not scare. But then again, Miami's defense is good this year too. And their defense is never going to scare me despite the fact that they're actually good. It's again the uniforms. Tropical colors don't scare. They impress, but they don't scare.
Yeah. All right. All right. So Denver at Las Vegas.
Denver at Las Vegas. Las Vegas by 4 with an over-under of 51.
That went up from yesterday.
That over-under is high, but I feel like it might hit because I don't know that either. Like Denver,
I don't trust either's defense is true.
I don't trust either's defenses. And even if Von Miller was healthy this year and playing this year, Von Miller couldn't stop that.
Yeah, really.
So I think Denver wins though.
I'll
Jerry
go
Jeudy
with
Judy's been
Vegas.
balling. Jerry Judy's been balling. Tim Patrick isn't a bad receiver. KJ Hamler's a decent slot option. So with Cortland Sutton out there getting reps in for their young guys.
All right. And last AFC game we have is Baltimore at New England.
I mean, we really don't need to go into too much detail there unless Belichick fucks up some mainframe. It's going to be it's Baltimore only by 7, but the over-under is 43.5. That might be is it? Let me pose this question to you. Do you think that the over-under of 43 in Vikings-Bears or 43.5 in Ravens-Patriots, which would you take if you had to pick one?
Vikings-Bears.
Really? With that Bears shitty offense?
I
mean, Dalvin Cook could probably put up like 35 points of that on his own, but
I know. Like, I would probably trust Cook to put, not even, like, he doesn't even need to put 35 of it on his own. If he puts, like, 28 of it on his own or, like, major contributions to 28 of it, then it's in the bag.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's see here.
All right. Next game we have interleague games, not intercontinental games. I don't know what I was thinking.
Intra-league.
intra-league games.
I'm sorry,
Jacksonville
intra is within the same
Yeah.
conference. Interleague.
interleague, right?
And yeah, look, I'm not enunciating. It's after work fucking hours.
Jaguars at Green
Speaking
Bay.
of pronunciations, Jaguars. All right, Jaguars. Let's see here. Yeah, I have to scroll all the way up to the 1 p.m. games because there's no way this thing was going to be prime time.
Yeah, it's a 1 p.m.
It's the Packers by 13.5. The over/under is 49. You might as well take the over because Green Bay's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting there.
Yeah. All right, and
it's a high over, but it's not
right.
high enough for Aaron Rodgers.
And Buffalo at Arizona.
I like Arizona. You told me yesterday
I said I
you
like Buffalo.
It's Arizona by 2.5.
I said I like Buffalo.
And I told you yesterday, Kyler Murray is primed to be the first player ever to pass for 4,000 and rush for 1,000.
Yep.
Mostly because Lamar Jackson can't throw the ball. Otherwise, he probably would have done this already. So yeah.
Again, I just like Buffalo. I think.
I'm going to put a king's ransom of maybe $2 on the Cardinals.
Okay. All right, and on to the NFC. The Philadelphia Eagles at the Giants.
Hey, the line for this one is just a picture of a dumpster. Oh boy. It's the Eagles by 3.5. The over under 44.5.
That's pretty high, man, for this dumpster fire of a game.
High? I don't know. I think it's low. The Giants are feisty. The Giants are like a good bad. But the Eagles are just like I don't even know what the adjective for the Eagles is. I don't know, Philly scum. Like, some people are gonna love it, but the rest of the world is gonna look at it and poke it with a stick. Like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck's wrong with this shit?
Yeah, I don't know. I just like the games that the NFC East have are just bad, dude.
Yeah, which is weird because every week seems to have at least one NFC East showdown.
Yeah, I know, right?
Why can't they have a few weeks where they just take that off?
Anyway, Washington plays Detroit next.
Oh boy! Speaking of dumpster fires, holy shit! Washington could actually be decent if they had more than one good wide receiver and an actual quarterback.
Yes.
And maybe a football field that doesn't eat quarterbacks alive. Because now I think they're back to Alex Smith, and I'm just worried. All right. It's the Lions by 4.5, over under 46.5. I'm taking the under.
Mm-hmm.
But as this is also a matchup where defenses do not scare me still.
Yeah, but I don't think offensives scare me either.
Well, the thing is, the Lions drafted in the top 10, defensive players this year.
Yeah.
I think at number 3, they took a cornerback. Then they went out and spent a boatload of money on defensive players.
Yeah.
And I still don't know if I care at all about that defense.
Yeah, but I still don't know how much I'm scared of their offenses running it away.
No. Look, I'm not scared of the Lions passing game, and I'm not scared of anything that the Washington team does on any side of offensive ball.
Yep. All right, on to Tampa Bay at Carolina.
I'd take Carolina. After what they almost did to the Chiefs last week.
Yeah.
And by the way, I finally saw the video of that. The Panthers kicker he had enough leg to knock through a 67-yarder. He just pooched it wide. So, I mean, I don't know. The Panthers are close enough. And Tom Brady, the only thing is he doesn't tend to lose twice in a row.
Yeah.
So that's the coin toss part of it.
No,
all right, moving on.
I think I'll take Carolina there. All right. Anyway.
At least it's Carolina +6. I'd take Carolina +6, or at least I move the line to +8.
Okay.
Make it a 1-score extended game. That's why I call it 8-point game, or like a touchdown 2-point conversion is a 1-score extended.
All right. Anyway, on to Seattle at Los Angeles.
When did St. Louis get another team? I don't know. You said Seattle, and I started thinking St. Louis, and I just
Wait a minute.
That's nothing. I'm just thinking S. So it's the Rams by 1.5. How?
I could see
They
that,
are aware
actually.
that no, but Russell Wilson has like 28 pass touchdowns.
Yeah. I don't know. I could see why the line's there, but I still think Seattle's gonna win.
I'd take Seattle plus 1.5 any day. The over under is 54.5.
Yeah,
I'd move
I
that
could
to
see
like
it.
50. I'd move that to like 52, 51 maybe.
Oh, I could see 54 and a like I could see a
I
high
don't know
scoring
that I
game.
see the Rams putting up 25.
But in a
Like,
54 and a half, do you see Seattle putting up like 35?
yeah, Russell Wilson has 28 pass
Yes,
touchdowns.
exactly. So that means the Rams only have to score 20.
Well, let's take a look at it. The Rams in the last 5 games or 6 games have put up 17, 24, 16, 30, 17, 32. So in 4 of the last 6, they've put up sub 24.
Yes, but also in the other half they put up
Against the Giants in Washington. Or I'm sorry, the Bills in Washington.
yeah.
They only put up 17 on the Giants.
Yeah. So it could go
So
either way. The Bills are a
it
decent
could
team.
go either way. Yeah, but the Giants aren't.
Yeah, exactly. So it could go either way. I can see why the line's there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not. All right. San Francisco at New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yep.
Just take New Orleans.
Yeah. Been there, done that.
Moving on.
Yeah. All right. And the last game is Minnesota at Chicago.
Minnesota, Chicago. Good Minnesota. Dalvin Cook's on fire.
Yep. All right. So let's take a look at the current playoff picture. All right. You want to look at this?
Sure.
So, this is if there are what 8 teams?
Yeah, this is under the assumption that normally,
If there's
that
an extra team, I think.
this is under the assumption nothing gets canceled
Uh,
due to COVID, and then it pushes to 16 teams.
oh, okay.
So,
All right.
yeah.
So currently, the Steelers have a first round bye. Not surprised. They're 8-0.
The only one because of the new structure.
Yeah. And New Orleans currently has it for the NFC. You would see Kansas City and Miami in the first round, Buffalo and Las Vegas, and then Tennessee and Baltimore. Those seem like pretty good matchups, I think.
Yep.
All right, and then in the NFC, you would see Seattle and Los Angeles.
Why do I always feel like we get a Green Bay, Arizona like wild card game? It's happened like 3 times in the past decade, all in the same round.
Yeah. Green Bay, Arizona, and then the Eagles and Tampa Bay.
I feel like that would be a close game just based on like looking at the logos and historically the Eagles in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And then you like look at the roster and you're like, oh no.
No.
So basically the playoffs start today for the Seahawks and the Rams though, because
Yeah.
I think that, and then the Titans Ravens, I think that was the AFC Championship game. Or no, it wasn't. It wasn't the AFC Championship game because the Chiefs won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
But the Titans, oh no, it was a wild card game where the Titans beat the wild card or divisional.
I think
Titans
it's division.
beat the Ravens at home too.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I think these are pretty good matchups with the way the teams have been playing. Aside from the last
Absolutely.
one,
I think that the Raiders Bills game could be pretty good too. I feel bad because Miami's a feel good story this year, but then they walk right into that Kansas City shit.
yeah.
I don't like that one.
Nope.
Not for them.
Nope. Not good. All right. Anything else you want to say?
Look, I don't want like the Chiefs to suffer a COVID outbreak or anything, but I'd like for them to like get rid of a receiver or two and bring themselves back down to earth. In the salary cap era, they shouldn't have that much of a roster. Like the Steelers when they had AB, Ben, Bell, Heath Miller, all those guys, they couldn't do shit like this.
mm-hmm.
Like they didn't have a roster like this.
Yep. All
And just
right.
remember, you put all your eggs in the basket of offense, and you don't have a defense that's going to win it. That's always, defense still wins championships in football. It doesn't in basketball, but it does in football.
Basketball, what is defense, dude?
Hockey?
I mean, there are defensemen. There are shots blocked.
No, I'm saying to basketball players, defense is so foreign, it's called hockey.
Oh my god. All right. Anyway, moving on. Let's take a break from professional football and move on to college football.
Oh, good. I was worried. There's not much going on here. Notre Dame, 1-2 overtimes against Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
Just proving again that Clemson is always due for some kind of letdown.
Yep.
Trevor Lawrence, this is on your shoulders for getting, the virus. Maybe if you didn't have such a fucking big nose, it wouldn't happen. But now Alabama's back in front, which is just that's traditionalism at its finest.
Ohio State's still 3.
Yep.
I mean, like aside from
BYU being 8 is kind of weird. Just looking
Yeah.
at a logo that sees BYU anywhere near the top 10.
Yeah.
Marshall doesn't play a strong schedule, but if you're interested in betting, they have like the wildest fucking point spreads ever. Like last week, you couldn't even bet money line on them because the spread was like 40 some points. So you couldn't bet money line. It basically would have netted no money. So yeah.
All right, and then like I don't know, Georgia's at 12, right?
Yeah.
Auburn's
Wisconsin's
at
at
24.
13, despite the fact that they're probably not going to play another game this season. They played one game, and they're just going to sit in the middle of the rankings for the rest of the year.
Yep.
Liberty beat Virginia Tech this weekend. Liberty's undefeated. They're like 8-0.
Oh. Okay.
So they're it.
This is probably the only time you'll see Liberty on the top 25.
Especially this time of year, is the only time you'll hear about Liberty. Not the school, just the concept.
All right. Anyway, so apparently, we have a playoff predictor that ran that gave Alabama an 87% chance to make it.
Yeah, I mean, look, it nobody else is going to. Also, I like the fact this just shows how stupid the college football playoff is. Georgia's ranked number 12, and they have the 5th best odds.
I know, 25% almost, dude.
Oregon's played one game in their 7th. And Notre Dame somehow is... Well, first of all, Wisconsin, 47% chance to make it, despite the fact that they're probably not going to play another game this year.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
This stuff is all crazy, man.
Look, man, just give BYU a shot.
They have a 13% chance, man. Don't count them out.
That's better than Pitt.
Yeah. Pitt made their not so graceful fall from the top 25, right?
Yeah, like 4 weeks ago, they lost like 3 straight games.
Yeah.
It was so
And
funny because the local radio here was like looking at their schedule like after week 3, being like, I really can't see them losing in the next 4 weeks. And then they lost 3 in a row. Local radio, you gotta love local sports radio. The same assholes like in the New York market are like, I think that the Giants and the Jets have a chance this year. Jets 7-9, Giants 10-6, and
whoever said that's crazy right now, man.
well, that's the thing about sports radio. Someone has to be bold enough to say it. Because that's how you get your money is you get clicks and big takes.
Yeah. There's no way. Alright, anyway. On
Moving on.
to the MLB. So
Wheel spins.
it's off season and we have wheel spin.
Free agency predictor edition.
Yep. Alright.
The
So
most depressing time of the year where you watch guys who get 3 swings of a bat, or I'm sorry, 3 at bats, and to stand in one of 9 positions, getting paid far more than you'll ever make in your career.
yep.
Maybe the laziest you can be to get the most money.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, so let's just we're gonna start at the top with George Springer, an outfielder.
Yes, and just remember for all, listeners of the show and new listeners, the wheel is not weighted any differently than as if all 30 teams had the same odds. We didn't weigh the Dodgers and the Yankees higher because of payroll. We want to make this as stupid as possible because that's what entertainment is finding the reality of the situation and throwing it right out the window.
Yeah, so let's see.
At no point in our podcast description does it say accurate sports information.
All right, well,
All right, George Springer's going to the Rays. We got to find out for how much. I don't think I created a year's wheel, did I?
No.
Oh, you know what? Fuck it. Divide by whatever. Divide by N. For all you science fuckers out there. And all you math fuckers. Figure out the length of George Springer's contract. Divide money by N. Let me know when you get your thesis sorted, and I'll give you internship hours.
All right.
Keep in mind, I'm not qualified to do that at all.
Anyway, yeah, so let's see how much.
Actually, soon enough, I will be qualified. I'll have a master's degree. Technically, I'm qualified to give internships.
Anyway, how much per year is he getting? We don't really care about how long.
$2
$2 million.
All right. Bargain bin hunting. Tampa Bay's going back to the World Series with that kind of money. Let's just say, you know what? Fuck it. All right, All right, stall for me here. We're gonna create a fucking wheel on the go. All right.
I mean, are we? I mean,
I am. All right, and now we're gonna spin the year's wheel on my side, and George Springer 1 year, $2 million deal. Oh boy, win now, huh?
win now very cheaply.
I mean, it's Tropicana Field, right?
Yeah. All right. On to Nelson Cruz.
Although, is $2 million a year when they play in Montreal? Is that like the equivalent of I don't know what the currency is up there?
Canadian dollars.
That's not a fun name. They really gotta change that. All right. JT.
No, Nelson Cruz.
Nelson Cruz, formerly of the Twins, now of the. All right, he's going back to the Mariners where he was in 2019.
That worked out splendidly.
And for how many years? It is going to be. Oh boy. 4 years. Probably not the best idea because Nelson Cruz is, I believe, north of 40 years old, but it's a money league and he's 40, so why not? You got money to burn if you're Seattle.
All right, and how much? though?
Anything for Seattle to be, I don't know, 5 games back of a wild card spot because that's where they just
How much
live.
are they overpaying him? What do you think?
$5 million a year
Oh
for
yeah.
4 years. $20 million deal. In 2016, he made $14 million in a year. So it hasn't dropped off too much. Actually, kind of has, but for 40, that's not a big drop off.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. JT
Real Muto.
Real Muto. Okay. Thankfully, we have somebody who can actually say names.
I just did a Google search on him, and the first thing that comes up after his name is name.
All right, so he's going to Cincinnati.
All right, and he's going to Cincinnati, Ohio for 1 year. 1 year. For
Okay.
a 29-year-old, he's in his prime.
I'm surprised he only gets a 1-year contract.
I mean, it's Cincinnati. Do you really want to be there longer for the 1 year? Like, enough Skyline chili to, like, blow out your ass and then leave.
He gets paid, though, for that year.
$20 million a year. Keep in mind, in 2019, he made $5.9 million. Big jump. Big jump.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
All right, on to Michael Brantley.
Yeah, let's get this one in before he signs an extension with the Astros, because apparently they're talking about it.
Yeah. It would be funny if
He's
the
going
Astros popped
to
up here.
the Diamondbacks. So he's going a little bit more west for 2 years. He is 33. For the next 2 years, he'll be making how much a year?
We will see. Apparently, it's quite a lot.
25 million a year.
Yeah, all right. And on to Trevor Bauer.
All right. The now NL Cy Young winner.
Mm-hmm.
He's 29 from Hollywood.
He's going to the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I bet it's a 1 year deal. And nope, it's a 4-year deal. Because you got to overpay, get rid of Chris Archer and overpay somebody else.
Whoa, hold on. They might get a steal. You never know.
Nope, they won't. It's the Pirates.
No.
35 million a year. They've never spent above 10 million a year on a player in the past, like, ever. So this is,
It's right up their alley. I don't know what you're talking about.
right up somebody's alley. That's for damn sure.
All right, Adam Wainwright.
Okay.
He's going to the Texas Rangers.
That makes sense to me, actually. Oh boy, but this doesn't. Because keep in mind, Adam Wainwright, 39 years old,
Uh-huh.
7-year deal.
7 years.
That's the max on the wheel.
$5 million a year.
That's just bad, man. That's like Bartolo Colon plus bad.
All right. DJ LeMahieu.
Right, DJ LeMahieu.
He goes almost back to the Yankees, but to the Twins.
They don't have enough hitters there. They gotta get more. He's gonna go to the Twins for 3 years.
All right. And for how much money? If he doesn't get paid, there's a problem.
All the fucking money.
I think the max on this is above what? Is 40 million? No, he gets 20 million a year.
I did intervals.
All right. You want to help me pronounce that next name?
Marcus Semien.
Okay, cool.
I'm guessing here.
All right, you'd be guessing better than me because I can't pronounce names that I can't recognize. All right, where is this shortstop going? To St. Louis.
That makes sense to me for some reason. For 3 years.
All right. And think you should get paid decently or
Nah, I've never heard of the guy who's 30, so probably not.
well, he gets 35 million a year.
Exactly.
You know, just as we all expected.
Oh, sure. Apparently he played for the White Sox before the A's. Never heard of him.
All right, and then
Scenario.
Marcel Ozuna.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but
No, you got it right.
Okay, cool.
Is there a France team? Like a French team we can go to? Oh.
Are the Washington Nationals French?
Basically. It's not a state. 2-year deal.
All right.
We're just going to stick to one side of MLB free agency today because we also have to do NBA mock draft.
Yep.
And we're running at 45 minutes, so let's just trudge along here.
Yep.
Nobody's interested in 25 baseball players.
He gets 40 mil a year.
That's bad. That's just bad.
Hey, the wheel has spoken.
Look, if you weren't going to pay Bryce Harper $40 million a year, then
the wheel has spoken.
Ozuna isn't it.
All right, Justin Turner.
He should just retire.
You don't see a 7-year, $40 million contract?
Probably not.
The Oakland A's.
I was really hoping he was going to go back to the Mets and just fuck up his career.
That was close.
Oh, it wasn't a 5-year deal, by the way. He gets a 6-year deal.
Oh, so barely under 7 then.
He'll only be 41 when it's over.
Yeah, but how much will he have made by 41?
No, 300 mil.
Apparently, he gets 12.5 million a year.
That's reasonable. Not for 6 years, but it's reasonable otherwise.
It's reasonable for now.
That might be the most reasonable contract other than the years.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, Charlie Morton.
Yes, the pride of Flemington, New Jersey. All right, let's find out which team he goes to.
He goes to Pittsburgh Pirates.
He comes back to us. I met him when he was with the Pirates last time.
Nice.
And it's going to be, he's 37 years old. Let's give him, 6-year deal. Let's go. We got Bauer and Morton.
Oh boy, your team is not.
We might crash the whole financial market for all of Pittsburgh.
Well, he gets 7.5 million a year.
You know what? I'm fine with that. We were paying him basically $7.5 million when he was on the team in the end. I'm fine with that.
Really?
He can be here for as long as he wants.
All right, and to finish it, we have Liam Hendricks. Where does he go?
All the way home. To his new home.
Which are the Cleveland Indians.
Big rock and roll guy. You can tell by his ears. Holy shit, he's got big ears. And eyebrows.
For how long?
Oh, about 32 millimeters. 1-year deal.
Okay. All right. Now the
legs are falling asleep. Let's fucking move on from baseball already.
All right. Well, how much does he make in that year?
I don't fucking know, enough to break the bank.
If you said 10 million, you're right.
Christ. We said we were gonna do a whole fucking first round of the NBA draft. Oh boy.
All right. Anyway, so that's the free agents we wanted to look at for this episode. Well, the wheel says, or the wheels say, this is what they get. Hope you're happy. All right, on to the NBA, which is another
Wheel Spin
wheel.
City. This is a city where wheels fly. Or spin, not fly. Wheels can't fly. Actually, they can. Airplanes.
All right. Anyway, so we have a bunch of draft eligible players on this wheel, and we're just gonna go through who do they pick at what.
Thank God, this is going to be a lot quicker than the MLB one. I will have some schools, positions, stuff like that ready to go.
All right. So yeah, let's move on. So the Timberwolves have the first pick in this draft. So
Yep.
let's see whom they choose.
Or who they choose, not whom.
I'm bad at English anyway. I want to say
I've
it.
been correcting your grammar since we were in middle school. I know.
So the
All right, so this might be the most fucking accurate mock draft we've ever done already because LaMelo Ball, NBADraft.net, has going number 2 to the Warriors, but there is talk that LaMelo is the best prospect available.
Okay.
So him going to the Timberwolves may actually happen.
Okay.
He's a 6'8". There's no fucking way. 6'8" point guard.
All right.
I don't
So
think that's right.
next pick, the Warriors will then select Isaiah Stewart.
6'8". Holy shit. Oh, okay. Isaiah Dort. I fucked this up now. Alright. How do you spell? Oh, it said Stewart. I thought you said Dort.
Stewart, dude, what the heck? So is this draft still accurate?
Oh, right. Nope, not at all. Made it 2 picks. Projected to go number 39 to the Pelicans, according to NBA Draft.net. This Washington freshman, 6'9" power forward and center,
All
is
right.
going number 2 to Golden State.
All right. On to
You know what? It may actually be accurate because Golden State may trade out of the pick.
Oh, okay. Well, the third overall pick is
And now
James
we're really accurate now.
James Wiseman.
NBADraft.net has James Wiseman going number 3 to Charlotte.
Well, the wheel just recovered itself. Okay.
Maybe the most accurate we've ever been on a mock draft pick in any sport ever.
Yep. All right. On to number 4.
The Chicago Bulls.
They select Nate Hinton.
Where are you, Nate? Where are you, Mr. Hinton? Oh boy. Number 51 to Golden State. The sophomore out of Houston, shooting guard, small forward combo.
All right.
Instead goes to the Bulls.
At 4.
Which the Bulls are stupid, so like they could do that.
All right. On to the 5th pick.
All right. The Cavaliers. Will they make a Cavalier move?
I don't know. Well, can you pronounce that?
I can't even read it, dude.
Precious. I can't even pronounce his last name.
Let's see if I can find it.
There you go.
Precious Akiwa, I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
Power forward, projected to go number 16 to the Blazers.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, not at all. I'm sure the Cavs have another pick somewhere in this fucking draft.
All right. Anyway, on to the Hawks.
Go hockey.
The Hawk select number 6, Isaac Okoro.
Isaac. All right, projected to go number 9, a freshman out of Auburn. Combo guard Isaac Okoro.
I mean, that's okay. So this wheel today is surprisingly accurate, dude.
Yeah, I'm worried.
All right. Anyway, the Piston. Reggie Perry.
Reggie Perry. Projected to go number 41 to the Spurs.
All
A
right.
sophomore from Mississippi State. So the wheel is going in spurts. It's basically like a malfunctioning computer.
All right. Next, the Knicks at the number 8 pick.
I don't know. Who's the fucking last ranked guy in here?
Is it Jaden McDaniels?
No, I cut it off at 50. So he's projected to go number 25 from Washington, a freshman power forward. Projected to go to the Thunder.
Okay.
Lightning before the Thunder.
All right, and then the Wizards pick at 9.
Kidoki.
Jordan Nwora?
Sure, why the fuck not? You think I know these names either? Jordan, where are you? Jordan. Projected to go number 50 to the Hawks from Louisville, a junior.
Okay. On to the Phoenix Suns pick. You excited to see who you'll land?
No.
Malachi Flynn.
I mean, they need a point guard, but I don't know about one named Malachi. Projected to go number 29 to the Raptors, a San Diego State junior.
Okay. On to the Spurs.
I don't know, some foreign dude.
Denny Avdia.
Sounds foreign to me. Here.
Anything about that guy?
Well, if I can fucking find him.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna.
Just move on.
Huh?
Move on.
Okay. On to the
Oh wait, never mind. Found it. He's from Israel, so he was foreign. Projected to go number 6 to the Hockeys.
Oh. Okay. Well, he falls down. R.J. Hampton goes to the Kings.
And he is projected to go 19 to the Nets.
All right. Then we have Alexei Pokus.
Hockey guy. Just call him hockey guy.
Hockey guy.
And Alexei Pokovetsky, I don't know. He's from Serbia. He's going to the Sixers at number 34 projected. And instead, he's going to the Pelicans, which share the same color scheme.
Sure. All right. And then the Boston Celtics at 14.
Boston Celtics are always drafting, man.
They get Emmanuel Quickly.
Well, I ain't going to find his name fucking quickly. Oh, there it is. Number 38 to the Knicks. He is a sophomore from Kentucky.
Oh. Okay. Well, you found that pretty quickly, if you ask me.
No jokes. No
Too
jokes.
bad. All right. On to
Damn it, Trump.
the Orlando Magic at 15.
Again, some foreign dude, but this one won't work like the Spurs guy does.
Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah, that's not foreign enough. All right. Peyton Pritchard projected to go number 32 to the Hornets. He is a senior guard from Oregon.
All right, then the Trailblazers.
Trailing behind you, my love.
Jalen Smith.
He was projected to go number 14 to the Celtics. Power forward and sophomore from Maryland.
Okay, so this one's not that off either.
Nope. Not as off as my brain.
All right, the Timberwolves again. They had the first pick.
Of course. Naturally, you get the first and 17th.
Tyrese Maxey.
Number 17 to the Timberwolves. A freshman guard from Kentucky. We've had now 2 picks right on the money, according to this mock.
Oh my god, dude. All right, the Mavericks at 18. Tyrell Terry.
Make it 3 picks.
No way.
Yeah. Tyrell Terry, a freshman guard from Stanford. Didn't even have to scroll down for that one.
All right, well, we know we got the Nets one wrong because we already got that guy on the list earlier.
RJ Hampton.
Yeah.
That would make for a good super team guy, though.
So they get Vernon Carey
Projected
instead.
to go number 24 to the Buckaroonies. It is the Duke freshman, Vernon Carey. Vernon Carey.
All right, then the Heat. They select Devin Vassell.
Vessel. Projected to go number 11 to the Spurs. He is a sophomore from Florida State.
Okay, and then the 21st pick is the 76ers.
How do they get 2 first-round picks? Didn't they fucking mortgage away their future?
I thought it was the future after this. Theo
It's
Maladin?
the process after this.
Huh?
It's the process after the process, man. There is no future now. Projected to go number 22 to the Nuggets.
Holy
France guard Theo Maladon.
Oh my god.
He's a Dawn.
We're one pick off.
NBA is predictable. What can I say?
So instead at number 22 goes Nico Mannion.
Sure. Nico, where are you, Nico? Seriously, where the fuck are you, you little bastard? Oh, there he is. Projected to go number 23 to the Jazz. He is a freshman from Arizona.
All right, well, actually going at number 23 to the Jazz
Oh no, the Jazz?
is Grant Riller.
Can't be real. Projected to go number 45 to the Magic. He is a Charleston senior.
Okay.
Maybe he's one of the Charleston Chews.
All right, well, anyway, we have the Bucks at 24 next.
Right.
And they pick Ashton Hagen.
Great breakfast name. Ashton Haggins. Oh, okay, it's clearly not. With the name Ashton, you're not getting drafted in the first round. So where is you? Oh, there it is. Number 57 to the Clippers.
Okay, well, now number 25 to the the Thunder
Lightning before the lightning.
is Aaron Smith.
Where are you? Number 13 to the Pelicans. He's a Vanderbilt sophomore.
Well, he apparently drops down almost double his picks.
Sure,
Projection.
that's how they evaluate drafts. Is drops down double.
All right. Anyway, on to the Celtics at 26, which they have 2 of the last 5 picks. So let's see. Devin Dotson, point guard.
Dotson projected to go number 35 to the Kings, a sophomore from Kansas.
Okay. Then at 27, we have the New York Knicks. I think they had, pick 14 or something previously?
Bears, they all blow.
Sadiq Bey?
Okay, well, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Okay, he's supposed to go number 12 to the Kings.
Oh.
He's a Villanova sophomore.
Oh, okay. Well, on to number 28, the Lakers.
The first Villanova player to ever leave early, apparently. They all stay.
They'll draft Paul Reed.
Not a real name, but I guess so. He is from DePaul, a junior, projected to go number 37 to the Wizards.
All right. Then at number 29, we have the Raptors. They select Killian Hayes.
That name is just crazy enough to go in the first round, and they're projected to go. He's projected to go to the Suns. He's from France. A point guard, Killian Hayes.
All right, and then last we have
And we have a podcast debut from Sean's mom, a laundry basket.
Yep. Last is Anthony Edwards.
Projected to go number 1 to the Timberwolves. The freshman from Georgia, Anthony Edwards.
All right. Well, we've already said that the other guy is apparently better, so he's gonna just overtake him by 30.
Sure, why not? Makes sense to me.
All right. Well, there you go. There's our draft.
It only took a year, but we got a ton of fucking responses on Twitter from it last year. I can't wait to see what happens 11 months from now.
Yeah. All right. And then last thing that we have is college football.
No, basketball.
Oh, college basketball. Oh, yeah.
And
we already did football.
You knew this was going to fucking happen as soon as I saw Gonzaga at number 1. So we're going to do a deep dive here just for a minute. I don't fucking give a shit about any other teams. Good for, all the other teams. Congrats. Fuck you too. Let's look this up. Here. I've had just about enough of Gonzaga forever, but here we fucking go again, huh? Why don't you tell me why they...
Hold on. Just for context, there is a full rant on Gonzaga you can find on our YouTube channel.
It's probably like 25 minutes long. It's either 8 or 25, somewhere in that range. Kudos to them for scheduling number 6 Kansas and number 2 Baylor and number 5 Iowa in their first 3 games. And then they don't play a single fucking good team. Like, old Big East basketball, you would play that would be like, you'd play like 10, 11 top 10 or top 15 teams.
Yeah.
You don't play 3 and then call it a year. They play Dixie State. They don't even have a fucking logo on ESPN's site. Then San Francisco, Santa Clara, Portland, Pepperdine. Why don't you just fucking schedule a road trip down the California coast? BYU twice. I guess you're up for a real challenge at the end of the year. So this is just a yearly reminder. Fuck Gonzaga. I don't believe in you. I'm ready to watch you roll down your tears. And for whatever your coach's name, I think their coach's name is Mark Few, because that's how many real wins he has is a few. So yeah, I can't wait to watch you guys go like 37-2, because you'll fucking start 1-2 and people will be like, "What's wrong with Gonzaga?" And then 2 weeks later, people will be like, "Is Gonzaga the best team in the country?" Just completely forgetting the fact that they're going to get their ass blown out by Iowa and Kansas.
Yep.
So fuck Gonzaga.
All right. Well, okay. So now that Gonzaga's over, what do you think of the rest of this list?
UNC.
I'm actually
you
kind of
got a lot.
surprised that Rutgers is 24. I mean,
Rutgers was going to make the tournament last year for the first time in like forever, and I
yeah,
guess a lot of their crew came back. They were
Mhm.
never ranked last year, I don't think. But
exactly. But my point is like, yeah, that I think they're decent. It's just I didn't expect to see them there.
I didn't expect to see. Oh, let's see, who was it? I mean, I didn't expect to see Iowa at 5. Let's be honest there. I
Yeah.
didn't know that Iowa recruited well enough in Cornland country to get all the way up to number 5. The rest is all just blue bloods. Nothing really out of the ordinary except for placement, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, that's about enough of that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in and catch you next time.
Good night.